Hello everyone. I'm still trying to figure out exactly. I have a few things on this list from my Kickstarter sketches rewards, so I'm trying to choose which one. Of course, I should have done this before I started. Let's see. I got my little line paper here. This is how I start doing some thumbnails, get some ideas, kind of get the juices flowing. Let's see. Huh. There's a few options, different requests. One is Time Cheetah doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So let me see. That one's an option. What else we got? See, Time Cheetah typing or struggling with typing or something along those lines, huh? So we got an action one and a sedentary Time Cheetah. Action Cheetah, sedentary. I feel like for the Jiu-Jitsu, I'm gonna have to try to figure out, look for a reference to see what kind of moves or what kind of, something that looks like it's actually legitimate Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm kind of like that. I feel like I gotta do something that's at least looks like it's not just him swinging punches. I want to make at least a style, like some type of martial arts stance or something. So, first order of the day, come up with something boring. Yeah, I probably should have to look up a reference because I don't feel like drawing a guy typing right now. I think Jiu-Jitsu is mostly like Brazilian is mostly like kind of like a grappling, right? So I don't think it's gonna be just a traditional like of karate pose. Let me see if I can find something here. Let's see. Go to the old Pinterest files. A lot of fighting files. Let's see here. Jiu-Jitsu. I wonder how to get away without having to draw him actually grappling with somebody, but might have to do it. So if I do, I'm going to think of who is he going to be grappling with. I want to make it funny because Cheetah is a funny guy, funny character. See, maybe one of the characters from the story. Yeah. Maybe I can have him. I'll have him grappling with Carl. He's a good comedy bit here. I'm gonna try to find a grappling pose, some type of lock. Maybe put Time Cheetah putting Carl in a arm bar or something. Let me see. Looking at Brazilian. Brazilian. No, Brazilian. Not a Brazilian wax. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Man, some weird searches pop up when you put Brazilian. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Something funny. Okay, I think I got it. See, good old Carl. If you're not familiar with character, it's kind of he's one of the there's like a couple, or not a couple, duo. They were kind of like, they're not interns, but they almost some of that type of feel to it. But it's a tall one and a short one. The short one is Carlos. He's kind of not Carlos, sorry, Carl. He's kind of a goofball, and he's kind of like a party guy. So I think he'd be the best to kind of go toe to toe with Time Cheetah. Let's see. Something funny, man. Come on. So far, not funny. Oh, I think I have some idea. I'm gonna have him like maybe have Carlos in some type of lock. Yeah. I think I might have found it. Let's see. Maybe he's kind of manhandling Carl. Let's see. This one. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. I think I found one. Okay. I'm trying to find something on my tablet here. And I have a Samsung, and it's not really. I don't know. It's not. It's a couple years old, so it's not really the best. It just for searching on the web, or I have to keep it plugged in, or it shuts down on me. And sometimes when I touch the screen, it won't respond. Yeah, jujitsu and photos doesn't look very impressive. Just guys, people laying on top of each other. Oh wait, I think I found something. Okay, I got something. It's 6:30 a.m., huh? Did the alerts wake you up at all? Too? Let's see here. Listen, I got it. I got it. See, this is gonna be. See, am I on camera? Okay, good. Just trying to get the placement here. I'm gonna have Carl trying to do an arm bar on Time Cheetah. And Time Cheetah looks bored. Oh, you got a cough, huh? Sorry to hear that. I know how that is. Hey, Becky. You popped in, huh? I was kind of trying to work this out. See, Carl has a kind of like a small, more kind of. He's not chubby, but he's got a more of a stout build. So, and he's smaller, so I have to kind of compensate. I think I found one. Yeah, time she'd open effect like a bird. Yeah, that's why I'm looking for another picture here because that one just doesn't look right. I got one that's similar, but it looks like more like Jujutsu, I guess. Okay. So we got a cartoon cat. Looks pretty happy. He's got his intern, Carl. In a headlock. Let's see. Carl's in a headlock. I don't know if he's called a headlock. It looks like some weird pretzel formation. There we go. I think you can make that out. Maybe he's giving him some type of chiropractic. Uh, there we go. His hands right here. Alright, I got it. Don't say it. Hold commentary until the end of the show. No. It might look wrong at the sketch thumbnail level, but trust me, it'll look okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go, here we go. Let's see, how can I position this? Just a little bit. There we go. Cool. There we go. A little more centered, tiny bit. You grew up with a dirty mind. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think a lot of us have been ingrained with that type of humor. With all these movies, you watch Adam Sandler movies or whatever. Let's see. Okay. So, let's put some lines down on this paper. Okay. First get their head placements down. Okay. Make the time sheet a little bit bigger. I'm just trying to get the placement, so I'm not really concerned about, you know, the proportions and everything yet. Just kind of putting lines down to kind of have something to work off of. Let's see. Okay, so far. Don't see, okay, I see the other. I see his leg. I think Giant Cheetah's foot's here. I'll just put it here. See, how far down does his arm go? Can't forget his hands right here holding his. Like I said, Carl's a smaller guy, so he's got a shorter body, so I gotta make sure. I gotta play around with that. That's the humor part of this. Okay, I got the basic lines down. I can play around with it. Yeah. Got his leg down. Got some of his fingers. Oh yeah, Tom, I don't know if you're able to watch it, but I got second place in this week's drawn and quartered. Got beat out by Dirty Doug. Dirty Doug, 10 apple. I always say 10 apple, but I don't think it's 10 apple. Yeah, he kind of read the audience, I think, a little. Or maybe he didn't. Anyway, he took it. He played the smart man's game. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the vote, Toon. I hope you followed John Malin's advice. Vote often. Like, vote twice, vote often. You vote more than once. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I could have him bent over more. That doesn't sound good, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what he was thinking. But yeah, you won, like you said. Oh, that's okay. He's got to be holding his jacket. Jiu-jitsu. Okay, start putting a face on these guys. Hey, can you see it? Make sure I'm on the screen here. Zoom out. There we go. Let's see. Well, how much did I sell it for? Well, I undersold it. I undersold it a little, according to a few artists I know, I talk with. So I don't know if I want to say, but at least I made a few $100. And I'm glad, happy to sell it to people who actually, you know, are excited about the art. Oh, gotta draw more stubby fingers for Carl. I keep forgetting to keep him stubby. Gotta keep his arms stubby too, a little shorter. Once I get the proportion down, then I can start going to town on this thing. Oh, you don't really know much about Red Sonja? I don't think a lot of people on the John and Quarter panel actually knew either because I kept mentioning Frank Thorne, who's an amazing artist. I think he's the creator of Red Sonja, at least the comic book version. Um, but yeah, nobody seemed to know who the name was. They didn't respond to it, at least. I kept going, Frank Thorne, Frank Thorne. Guy's an awesome artist, man, amazing. Gotta make this a fun picture. Red Sonja. Yeah, I bought a bunch of the back issues of the book, Frank Thorne's comic from Marvel. Like I said, the guy's awesome. He did a comic book also called Ribbit, and it's about this female character. It was kind of created from a lizard or a frog. I think it was a frog. It had to be a frog. So she's like all green. Her hair is kind of green, kind of slimy, but it's a weird comic. But it's the art's awesome. And I gotta get a picture of Carl because I almost forget how he looks. It's been so long since I've drawn him. Hey, E. Ortiz. How's it going, man? And Humphrey Bear. Wow. Everybody's here this morning. Well, it's probably, what, noon now? Almost noon. Okay, Roy Thomas and Barry Smith are okay. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, check out Frank Thorne's artwork, man. Let's see. Man, it's been too long since I've drawn Carl, man. I think I have to bust out a reference for sure. Everybody's like, hi, hi. I like how polite everyone is in greeting each other. Or I should say friendly, not polite. Oh yeah, it's been a while. Good old Carl. I'm gonna have to bust out a reference for him here. Okay. I think I'm almost ready for inking it. Yeah, man. Thanks. I like to get more exposure. I know I'm trying to put more videos out, build up more of a presence on my own channel. But yeah, I like doing other people's streams. It's fun. It's fun meeting new people. And then I like the people a lot too that I've met so far. Met a lot on Rick's channel, on Cross. Yeah, I won't go exposing myself too much. It's funny. I'm so like, I'm not a voyeurist, but yeah, I don't know. I like to be the behind the scenes guy, but you have to be out there to, so people know you exist. That's the hard part for me. Is like, I just like sitting at the drawing table and just, you know, being anonymous. I don't know. It's kind of nice, but you got to get out there to, like I said, so people know you exist. You got to do it. Yeah. Thanks, Ortiz. Yeah, definitely come on your channel. Whenever you do a live stream, just let me know. I'll have to. Yeah, if I think you're on Twitter. Yeah, you're on Twitter. Yeah, just drop me a message. Let me know. Send me a link whenever you're about to go in. Um, yeah, Manny, Good Dog Press. He'll drop me a link sometimes in the Twitter feed, and then if I can get on, I'll jump on. There we go. Now it's starting to look like something. Oh, you won something. Humphrey Bear won won a calendar on Gary's stream. Wow. Maybe that's the way to do it, huh? Start giving away some prizes. I don't think I've been on Gary's stream. Been on Chester's, Cross, Manny's, Good Dog Press, um, EVS's channel, Mike Miller's, John Malin. wanted to go on. Um, John Dillard invited me, but his show, man, is so early. I mean, he's California time, just like I am, but he gets up at, I think his is at 6. I gotta, I usually I'm working late at night, so then I don't get up till later in the late morning. There we go. Now it's starting to look like these characters. Except I don't want Carlos. I mean, Carlos. I keep saying Carlos. See, the writer of, one of the co-writers of Time Cheetah is Carlos. Carlos and Alejandro are two brothers. And, I kind of get those names, Carlos and Carl, a little confused there. Change the hairstyle. I should get a reference for the, so I could make sure I match this. Like I said, Carlos, man, it's been a while. Carl character. So I gotta. Oh, Carlos was get upset that I keep getting his name. Yeah, Tim, that sounds good. Sounds controversial. I don't know. oh, you're practicing. You're learning German, or you speak German? I took a couple of years in high school German classes. I'm actually I don't really speak. I have some friends in Germany, in Frankfurt, Germany, but they actually came to Comic Con to visit. We got to hang out with them. One of them is an animator, Tristan. The other one, he brought his friend, but I met for the first time, but now we're friends. Lars. But I'm actually practicing Japanese. I speak a little Japanese. Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta practice Spanish too. Yeah, it's funny. I took a Japanese course, and my Japanese teacher, she said, you know how she said to the class, you know how you speak English really well, and everyone's like laughed because they're like, and she's like, what? And it's like, most people don't think they speak good English to begin with. Most English speakers, but no, yeah, I need to learn Spanish. Living out here in California, um, I'm actually half Mexican descent, so I should I have family members. My grandma speaks fluent Spanish. My mom spoke Spanish, but it's funny. She went to Catholic school, and back in the day, the nuns told my grandma not to teach her Spanish because it would confuse her, which was just stupid. I think they just didn't want my mom knowing how to speak another language and be, my mom was pretty. She's a good Catholic girl. She didn't really act up, so I don't think she would try to run around the nuns speaking without them knowing what she was saying. But she understood Spanish real well. She could communicate. I only know a little bit. I can understand more than I can speak, but I learned how to speak more fluent Japanese than I do Spanish. Which is sad, but I gotta learn. I start practicing a little bit. I learned how to say what I say. Let's see. Que tengas una feliz Navidad y un feliz Año Nuevo. But I try to say it in my booming television, Univision voice. Te tengas una feliz Navidad, un feliz Año Nuevo. Which my grandma would actually watch a lot of Univision. Excuse me. Is my brother torturing Tupac in another room? And I don't hear anything. Maybe it was from outside the window here. John, yeah, John Dillard. John Dillard was he's half part Hispanic. Yeah, it's funny. I'm mixed. I'm like American mutt because I'm born and raised in the U.S. My parents were born and raised in the U.S. My dad's side, my dad's name Cousin is actually French, and he had like a French grandfather and an Irish grandmother. And yeah, Cousin used to be a little different. Spelled a little different, but actually no, it's spelled the same. But we used to have like a nobility title in front of the name. It used to be Deval Cousin. But yeah, my grandmother on my dad's side, she was German on the so. Got French, Irish, German, Mexican. Like I said, American mutt. I don't know if I should put that leg in, that foot in there. It might kind of be. It looks kind of funny. Maybe I can just leave it for the humor aspect. Okay, I think I'm gonna start inking this now. How long has it been going for? Let me check out my time. Okay. You speak English in fluent bullcrap. That's hilarious. I speak some, like I said, I speak more Japanese because I have some friends in Japan. Some friends in Japan that I was in the early 2000s. I was on these before I started working professionally and all that. I was on these oikaki boards, Japanese bulletin board systems where you would post up drawings and post up little animations even. But we would go to this bulletin board website and we just keep. I met like all these Japanese artists, animators, and then that's where I met my friend from Germany. He went on there as well, and kept in contact with a lot of the Japanese and my German friend. And one of my friends on there actually wasn't professional, and now he's actually the creator of Agretsuko on Netflix. That red panda character where she sings heavy metal when she gets angry. It's an office worker. But yeah, he animates it, he writes it, animates it, he does the voice. His wife does the voice of Agretsuko, Japanese version. But I started learning Japanese because I'm like, you know what? I want to communicate with these guys. I love Japanese art, and I want to go to Japan and be able to communicate, talk with guys, and I learned. I went to Comic Con. There's a Japanese artist I really liked, and I just felt kind of frustrated that I didn't know how to speak Japanese. So tell him how much I liked his work. So years later, I started practicing, and then he came back again to Comic Con, and I was like, got to tell him in Japanese how much I liked his work. Ooh, let's see. Battery went low. There we go. Trying to readjust. Yeah, it was guys, I'm telling you. Japanese guy animators. Man, it was fun. We play all these like drawing games. Uh, like word games. You draw a picture with. We went down the alphabet, which is kind of difficult as Japanese. You know what I mean? They use more like. Well, they have kind of an alphabet, but they're using syllable games, so I had to think of Japanese. I had to use a little bit of knowledge of the Japanese syllables to kind of play along. It was fun though. Yeah, I used to follow a bunch of Japanese YouTubers, or they even had some Americans living in Japan. I used to follow a lot of those guys. Um, and it was kind of cool because you got an insight into how it was being American in Japan. And everybody had their own experiences and their own input. Okay, here we go. Going for inks. Sorry about that. Yeah, Tomb. Well, it depends on what kind of women you're having on your screen. Japanese women, I mean. Here, let's see. Yeah, Chester. That's why I want to talk to him a little more. When I was on there, he said he was in Japan, and I was like, oh man. So I wanted to talk to him a little bit more. Like I said, I speak a little Japanese. I could say, 少し日本語を話すことができます。毎日勉強していますけど難しいです。So I just basically said I speak a little Japanese and I study every day, which is not totally true, but it's still difficult. But what's cool about here in California, man, you got tons of Japanese stores, restaurants, a whole district. So I have to I really have no excuse now. I got to practice, and I got a chance to practice with people, communicating with people, and I just gotta do it. Same thing with Spanish. I have no excuse. Yep, this is a G-nib. G-nib is my favorite one because it gets a nice thin line or a thick line. Yeah, you get a nice thick and thin. Yeah, Chester, he said he's been living in Japan for what, like he's like 20 years or something like that, maybe 10. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was a long time. Hmm. Yeah, one thing I like about these G-nibs is that I mean, it goes right over the pencil and paper, just smooth. But the only downside is, depending on which ink you use, but the ink I'm using, it's permanent, but it doesn't dry quick. So you have to be very careful not to put your hand over top of the lines because I always smear it. And I'm trying to get better at not doing that, but it still happens from time to time. See, am I in? Okay, good. Just make sure it's on camera. Yeah, yeah, I like those nicknames that Edwin comes up with on those draw and quarter sessions. I think not this time, but last time it was. I think he said Matt the Eraser Cosson, and then Matt the Smudger Cosson. Yeah, Ortiz. Yeah, yeah. I can't imagine, man. I know a couple of guys who are left-handed comic artists, and I'm like, man, boggles my mind. Yeah, how they get around that, not smudging and everything. My mom was left-handed, and she used to joke. She used to say, everybody's born left-handed, and they become right-handed after their first sin. So I guess my mom was perfect, huh? Yeah, that's what she would like. It was funny though. I always get a laugh out of that. Let's see it. Zoom in a little more. Let's see. Make sure I get this on screen. Give him some chiseled abs. You were born right-handed, yeah. Well, you're not alone. I think my brother Mikey was ambidextrous, like, cause he was left-handed, and then his teacher in was it kindergarten was like trying to like teach him how to be right-handed so he wouldn't be left-handed. So for a while he could actually do both. Make sure it's dry. Let's see. I'm gonna move this up a little. There we go. Yeah, this photo reference I'm using, it's pretty hilarious because the photo reference from I'm getting this from is it's actually a lady. Like a lady has this like looks like a kid, but it's a guy. He's got to be a guy, but he's like got him in this hold, and he just like looks like he's in total pain. She just got this really happy smile on her face. Am I getting it on there? Okay. Keep checking, sorry. I keep checking that the lines are dry too, because man, don't want to repeat that smudge. There we go. Okay. Oh, can you? Oh, okay, I see. Because the microphone's a little further away from me. Sorry. I'll try to speak up a little bit louder. Here, let's see. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. No, it's not a prison love story. This is not a reference from a prison love story. Yeah, it was funny. This my brother was talking to some friend, and they were like, "It's like you know what they do to child molesters in prison?" And my brother's like, "The same thing they do to everybody in prison." I'm doing the Bob Ross. I understand Bob Ross why he whispered because you kind of get into the process and then you're just thinking to your and you feel like you're talking to yourself almost. I'm just gonna put this over here. I'm gonna do a little bit of clouds in this area. Put some wrinkles in the gi. He's got to look distressed. Get put worry lines in there. Yeah. I can't remember that jail scene from Fletch Lives. I'll have to rewatch that again, man. I know it's his commentary, man. Like Chevy Chase makes all these little snide comments, real quick quips. Oh yeah, I gotta rewatch that. Yeah, Happy Little Wrinkles. Get these happy little wrinkles in here. Let's see, am I getting? Okay, I think I'm getting this. Zoom out a little bit. Make sure this image is dry. See these lines right here in the bottom a little thicker. They're still wet. See them glimmering, shimmering. Don't want to go over those. That's great. That's great. Take off your pants. I don't even know you. Bend over. Nice to meet you, Ben. That's good. Kind of reminds me of like his like really fast quips that he did when he was getting that proctologist was giving him that exam. Moon River. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, didn't you lose your watch up there? Oh. Yeah, I watched was it? I think I miss his comedy movies like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is one of my favorites. Um, it's funny, it's like when I first seen a lot of these movies as a kid, I seen them on TV, so a lot of them were censored for TV. And then when I got older, I watched them on DVD or bought them on DVD, and I'm like, what the? Like some of these movies, I'm not saying this one because I can't remember offhand, but some of them I'm like, I didn't know they had a topless scene in it. I'm like, what the? Like we're talking about Terminator. Like I love the Terminator movies, and I watched the first Terminator in on television, so I had it on. We recorded it from television, so I was watch it all the time. And yeah, I didn't know it had a love scene in it, and I was just like, what? As a kid growing up and never seen the whole unedited film. Yeah, it's a little traumatic. I hate when you're watching a film with family and then like a love scene comes up and you're all sitting there like, well, it's cold today, isn't it? It's like, yeah. And you know, usually we fast forward it. We fast forward the love scenes. I want to sit there with your dad watching that, your mom, or it's kind of like, oh, this is really, it's really uncomfortable. Wish I was somewhere else right now. You turned your family and we get them. We we had one of our friends, his stepdad. Whenever one of those scenes would come up, he would just be like, he was uncomfortable, so he would just make it more uncomfortable, which made it funny. So we'd all be laughing, just be like, oh yeah, that's right, and he'd just be like making commentary, that's right. Show who's boss, and it's like, we're, we just start dying laughing. Uh, so it make an uncomfortable scene even more uncomfortable, which was funny, which made it less uncomfortable. I know it's weird. I like that. Turned your family and wink at them. I think I might do that next time just to freak them out, make them laugh. I'm pretty good at reading like movies, like telling which movies are gonna have sex scenes in them or something gratuitous. I can usually tell, or tell when it's about to build up into something like that. Usually, but then you got some of those that just come out of nowhere, and you're like, oh boy. Okay, that back foot does look funny, but I'm leaving that because I want it to look funny. So that's that. Okay, let's see. How much time am I at right now? 74. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Toon. Let's see. I'm trying to wait for the ink to dry before I tackle his feet. Huh, it looks like it's. Yeah, this looks about 99% dry. I think I'll go for it. I'll zoom in so you can see if I mess up. Let's see. There we go. Let's see how far I can zoom in. Whoa. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that makes me feel uncomfortable here. Now you're going to see how my lines look close up. Let's see. So that foot. And here's the next one. Usually I go in tighter, but I'm feeling adventurous right now, so I'm going to go with my loose pencils. I'm trying to think if I should make his toes spread out, but I don't want to draw too much attention to him, so probably not going to. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Again with the crotch. Sorry, I'm off camera again. I might zoom out here a little bit. making Tomb a little uncomfortable. There we go. The modern Marvel way. I don't think I've seen that. 6 toes? 6 toes, what is he? Are they drawing Nephilim? Let's see. Oh, I saw the, that's a bottle of water, by the way, I'm pouring. So, just so you know, sound effect. I just use that to wash off my, the nib here. Because that ink dries so quick, I mean, it can crust up on your nib and just screws up your lines. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit to kind of get an overall view of Time Cheetah Commission. Okay, so it looks like it's about dry. It's funny is I know a lot of different artists, they don't erase pencil. Like I know Mike, he said before he uses blue line pencil, so he doesn't really have to erase because you know it doesn't show up as strong as like graphite. But and when you do erase, it tends to lighten up the inks. I think it depends on what you use too. Like the ink I'm using, I mean it doesn't even lighten fade at all at any point. So, but for me, I like to erase the pencil because man, for me it bugs me seeing the pencil line underneath. I guess it depends on what kind of look you're going for, but for finished work, I'm like, if it's sketchy, that's cool. But hey, thanks, Becky. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys like seeing the pencil sketch lines underneath the ink work? Like on commissions, or do you like it clean? Just kind of curious. Because some people, I think, maybe like to see the pencils because you can see the process. I don't know. Oh, you can't hear me? Huh. Can you hear me now, Ortiz, or is it just really quiet? Maybe I have to like turn up the volume. Yeah, I like to erase. I don't know, can you hear me now? Okay, cool. I think I had my head's down pointed away from the microphone, so when I look up, you can hear me. I don't think it... Hey, you're old. That's funny. I don't think it matters when it comes to YouTube. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna kind of touch up some of these lines. Oh yeah, Ortiz. I was just gonna say, yeah. I was asking if you guys, if you like seeing the pencil sketch under the inked lines, because I like to erase, and I was wondering if would you guys prefer them if you like to, you don't mind seeing the pencil underneath showing up. Okay. Yeah, I guess it depends on on the picture, what kind of art you're looking at, but like concept art or something, I don't mind seeing the process. But yeah, sometimes the pencil lines, when I see that, kind of bugs me. I'm like, man, erase those pencil marks. Especially if it's really like cluttered and loose. I think I'm gonna use a brush to add some darkness to the ears. Let's see. Let's see. You're a fast typer, huh? Ortiz. You ready to go home? I'm assuming you're at work then. Or waiting at the DMV. Oh yeah, the slow days. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. Yeah, Becky, I like using these brush pens, or what are you gonna call them? I think it's dry now. Let's see. Oops. Zoom in a little bit. Or zoom in a lot a bit. Let's see. No smears, no smears. So far so good. There we go. Happy time, Cheetah. Is a good time, Cheetah. Ooh, sushi and gyoza sounds good to me. See, the sushi I get though, I don't eat the raw fish. I eat it's got some cooked crab meat in it with some avocado and cucumber, a little bit of carrot. So it's the California roll. Ah, thanks, Becky. Let's see, zoom out now. Look at Carl's face. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of detail to his ear here. Yeah, he's a little messed up. Okay. There we go. So I'm gonna probably just slap some color real quick, watercolor on there, and then I'll be done. Let me shake the table first, just a little bit. I don't even call it erasing, I said call it shaking the table, man. Like, this is ridiculous. I think that's my pet peeve. It might be all artists' pet peeve, shaking. The table shakes when you're trying to erase. I want to get a solid oak desk that weighs like 300 pounds. No shaking. Not even earthquakes will move that thing. That's my next goal. Artist goals. Okay. You got the biggest role in jail. Alright, here, let's see. Oop, one spot. Okay, there we go. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna bring out my fancy watercolor set. Look at that. Look how fancy that looks. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. It's been used a little. Okay. Let's see, what color of gi should I give these guys? Oh, thanks, Ortiz. E. Ortiz. You know, Toom, I think I might have looked at a couple. I'm gonna go back and look. I'll check them out. I think it's was it some of them were the autographed pictures? I think. I misplaced my watercolor brush that I really like. Ah, it sticks. I found it. Yeah, I'll check out those pictures, definitely. Was Chevy Chase in one of them? I think Chevy Chase was in one of them, right? Or no, it was John Candy, I think. The Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Well, I hope you get to finally go over to Georgia soon. Sooner than you think. Yeah, just let's see. In the picture, the reference I have, they both have blue keys. So I was thinking of giving them. I think I just might leave it white, kind of classical white keys, and just do some like shadows, like with some color. Maybe I'll use some existing colors I already have. Oh yeah, The Perfect Weapon. Jeff Speakman. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. I guess I need to darken it up a little. This is an aqua brush. Probably seen it before. Now it holds the water inside. So you don't really have to keep dipping it in the water. It keeps a nice, fresh, wet brush. Too dark for me. There we go. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Yeah, James Hong is in the movie. So is man, my mind just blanked. So is man, that is gonna bug me now. The guy from oh man, the actor from Conan the Barbarian. Starts with a K. Man, what? I just blanked out. I had it in my head. Not Kano. Can't remember his name now. Man, it's really bugging me. I know you'll get it. Mako, that's it. Mako. I don't know why I just blanked out. Mako. Yeah, Jeff Speakman. Perfect Weapon. I think that was the only like big movie, like action movie he did. Maybe I'm wrong. I know he did some other movies. Like I know he did a kids movie too. I think it was like Journey to the Center of the Earth or something like that, along that line. Let's see. Put this up. Here we go. Later, E. Ortiz. Thanks, man. Yeah, if you have another live stream, or if you have a live stream, I'll try to jump on there. Just send me an invite. If I can get on, I'll jump on. Thanks for stopping by. Hot, hot boys, huh? I don't know what that is either. I think I would stop looking after that. See, am I getting this on camera? Okay. Keep checking. Because I get into like working and I forget if it's not even, I don't even know if it's showing up or not. we go. Miko Hughes. Miko Hughes, it's a different actor? See, is this showing up? Okay, good. Yeah, Miko Hughes. I'm not familiar with that name. Shadow out this link a little bit. Oh, Pet Cemetery. Okay, yeah. You know they're remaking that film. Saw a trailer for it. I think they played the trailer with the Aquaman movie. And zoom it out. Okay. And I'm just gonna throw down a little color on these guys and we'll be done. On their skin. Skin tone. Let's see. Oops. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of. I used to be a fan of Stephen King, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's like his earlier stuff, I should say. But something, I don't know, it kind of changed. At least it seemed like it to me. I haven't read his new stuff. I never read the Dark Towers, I think that's called. Let's see, I'm gonna zoom in here for you guys. Oh, you got your spicy tuna roll, huh? Is that raw? Or is it? I think it's raw tuna, right? The spicy tuna. I think I had it once. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the raw fish, but it tasted pretty good from what I remember. California roll is the way I go. It's not. I'm a little leery of the raw fish. It's too little fishy to me. Or I should say, I just don't trust raw fish or raw food, raw meat, raw meat in general. Yeah, I'm not a I'm not a big fan of like spicy foods. Um, I still eat them. I mean, I'm not one of those guys who likes everything really hot though. But if it tastes good, I'll eat it even if it's hot. As long as it tastes good. I've had some things that are hot, and man, they taste really bad. I mean, it's like, yeah, I get it, you're into hot stuff, but man, that stuff is like, if it tastes bad, I don't see the point. Like, what is it I like? I like surprisingly, I liked wasabi. I didn't think I'd like that stuff, but I actually do. Wait, make sure I move it down. Here we go. Yeah, wasabi's pretty good. Gives you a rush. At least it gives me a rush. Man, that stuff. Yeah, make time Cheetah look a little buff. Let's see. yeah. I, man, I don't know what happened if I ate a big ball of wasabi. Oh, it depends. It's funny. It's like some wasabi is hotter than others. Because I went to different restaurants, and some I just take a pinch, man, and it's like hot, but it's not. It's really not that bad. I mean, no, it is bad. I mean, I just take a pinch, and it's just like insane. I'm like, what is going on? And then I take a little bit of I took a lot of another wasabi from a different restaurant. Man, it is like I can eat the whole thing and it's nothing. So I don't know. There's no warning. You just kind of test the waters first and then see if it's any good. But man, yeah. If I took a whole thing of wasabi that was hot, man, that would be probably torture. Probably be going to the hospital because it's like an adrenaline rush, man. For me, like when I take this stuff, I feel like it's just like, yeah, it's pretty wild, man. You take that stuff and your heart rate starts going. At least for me, I'm just like, whoa. Oops, sorry. It's off camera here. There we go. To lower it down a little bit. Oh my gosh. Those warhead candies. Yeah, man. I used to get those Sour Patch Kids, and they had like this sugar coating that was like it was like sandpaper, man. So it's like you put enough of those in your mouth, you're eating them like a lot. Definitely rubs your tongue raw. All right. Oh my gosh. You ate warheads till your tongue bled. Oh my gosh. You know what? I've done similar with Captain Crunch cereal. Man, I love that stuff. I ate so much of that stuff, but I remember the roof of my mouth being like torn up, where there was like skin, loose skin hanging from the top of the roof of my mouth. Like that's how much I ate in one sitting. I was like, this is pretty messed up. Sorry for grossing everybody out. If I did gross anybody out, let's see now. Yeah, no, seriously, man, that Captain Crunch cereal, peanut butter Captain Crunch, oh, the best. But yeah, I remember eating that stuff, man. The roof of my, I could feel like little shreds of skin. Sorry, I keep going on. But thankfully, it seems like your mouth heals up quicker than everything else. At least for me, my mouth, man, it heals up quick. Like if I get you know, an abrasion like that from cereal or whatever, for me, it seems like it heals up within a day or two. If I got a fast healing factor. Okay, let's see. I'm going with Carl's hair. I think I'm gonna get a little bit more. There we go. It's a little too light. Poor Carl. Oh, you don't like peanut butter? What the? I thought I knew you. Now I do. I love peanut butter, man. Peanut butter, I think peanut butter is like one of the cost and weakness. We don't take bribes or sell out, but when peanut butter is on the line, we gotta really exercise our self-control. Kind of like, the hobbits like mushrooms. And Costins like peanut butter. At least this family does. Costin men. Oh, what did you say? Your tongue is covered in scars because it's big for your. You know what that reminds me of? You said it's too big for your mouth. Uh, that one guy. I can't remember his name. You probably know his name. The actor who played in Cobra, that guy with the deep voice. He's also in Lionheart. It's like, hey, Pierre. That guy. I can't remember his name. William? I think his name is William. First name something. But he's a big dude, big muscular guy. And in that movie, he was in the movie Night of the Creeps too. And man, he sticks his tongue out to like eat this bug, because he's supposed to be like he's a servant to a vampire. And he eats these bugs and he sticks his tongue out, and his tongue is huge. It's like, I mean, wide, yeah. I've never. Oh man, I never had Vegemite, so I'm assuming that's a brown consistency, smeared on the side of your hand. Oh man, you're one of those guys, huh? Well, I have something to. I have something to confess to. I did something similar with when I was in high school. We were dissecting these baby pigs for biology, I think it was, or we're just doing it for fun. No, it was for baby pigs for biology, and like the class. Well, I had lunch before biology, so I remember. I remember we took. I took. I had a ham sandwich, and like I took the meat and I kept it in a plastic baggie, and then during the class, I had it underneath the table. I opened it up, and when my lab partners weren't looking, I took it out of the bag, the ham, and I had the X-Acto knife in my hand, and I was just like, so I held up a piece of ham, and I had the X-Acto knife in my other hand, and I was like, man, this looks just like ham, and they were like, oh yeah, it does, and then I just stuck it in my mouth, started eating it, and everyone freaked out, man. They were like, no, it was the best. I had to convince them that it really was my lunch meat from lunch, but yeah, that was a proud moment for me. So I don't know what it says about me, but that was fun. Yeah, I'm ashamed of that one. Didn't I sound ashamed when I was telling the story? Real ashamed. Probably just as ashamed as you were about the Vegemite sandwich. Or Vegemite, I should say, not sandwich, right? I keep thinking of the song Vegemite Sandwich. So Vegemite, I think you might have told me this before, but what is it like then? Is it kind of like a pasty then? Kind of like a liverwurst or something? Oh, yeast extract. Okay. Hey, what time am I up on here? I came about 2 hours in. I should probably be quitting. Huh? Salty. You know, I like to. You regret nothing. Yeah, me neither. Good memories. Good times. I might have to try that Vegemite sandwich. We probably have something here I could get a hold of. California. Hmm. Thinking of a background. I think I might just put in some quick, like a mat, some quick lines. If I can find my straight edge here. Yeah, I regret nothing as well. Like I said, good memories, man. Just playing little practical jokes, harmless jokes like that on people. I don't mind the harmless ones when it gets crazy. Like I see these people on YouTube doing practical jokes on their wives, their girlfriends, and it's like really sadistic. And I'm like, what kind of pleasure do you get out of that? I mean, you endanger their life. When it's endangering someone's life or emotional like well-being, that's where to me I draw the line where it's like, if you're gonna actually make somebody think that you're cheating on them or for fun or make them think that you're dying or you're gonna, yeah, or they're about to die. Yeah, they get views. The only times I think I like watching is when I think when they kind of get their comeuppance, you know, like it backfires on them and something gets reversed. Here, let's see. Where's that straight edge, man? I thought I grabbed it. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Let's see. Got a clean house. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Economics. Definitely. I saw one guy get knocked out because of economics. Hmm. Okay. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I wish I did it quicker, but that's how it is. That's how it goes. Let's see. What color to use for the mat? I'll probably use warm color since I've been using blues. Let's go back to the brush. I don't know, should I use warm? You know what? I think I'm gonna go with green. I was gonna go with red, but I'm gonna go with green. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Almost done. Put on this green wrestling mat. Maybe they're just wrestling outside. A little bit of grass. The only patch of grass that he has in his backyard. If it was like my old place I used to live, we had like little patches of grass in the dirt field that we called a yard. Let's see, here we go. Used up all the color. Cool. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I need to see. I share a website with my brother, and he's the one who's been updating it. And we need to like definitely. We have a store where we sell some shirts. I haven't put up my designs yet. He put up some of his, but I definitely want to get a store going where I can sell some original art and then prints. But yeah, I think you saw the yeah, you saw the Sonya, the red Sonya. I finally got to sell that. I was thinking of, I'm gonna scan that before I send it out. Try to get like a higher res for it, high res scan from, so I keep it for myself. And then who knows, later on maybe sell prints of that. I don't know. Probably not. Um, I don't like to sell prints of my original stuff. I just don't want people to. I don't want to get in trouble for, you know, not having a license for different characters. But here we go. So for now, I pretty much think this is finished. I'm just gonna add my signature to it. I think I might add my signature in the green area just to kind of blend it in with the art. But yeah. So thanks for watching, you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do another live stream. I might do another one today. We'll see. You know. Yeah, thanks, Doom. I'll probably try to do another live stream. I'll be doing comic book pages for Agenda, and I'm gonna be working on that all day. So hopefully I'll try to get a stream going maybe later tonight. If you'll be up, cause you're up so early today. Might go to sleep early. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. And let's see. Zoom in a little bit. Carl, sorry. Time Cheetah having fun with Carl. Yeah, catch you guys later. Have a good day. Stay safe. And like the video. Don't forget to like it. And so, see you later, Tomb, Becky. I don't know who else is in here. Whoever you are. Goodbye to you too. If it's Humphrey Bear. And take it easy, guys. Later.